from JLD Travels, coming back with a new video today. And today we're checking out a video that I have seen most of before, but not all of it, by a Filipino and foreigner couple. The channel name is It's Me. The guy's Corey, but we all hear obviously his partner's name. I haven't watched too many of their videos, but I think with all this passport bro stuff going on, I think it's wise to delve in to see why Western men are doing what they're doing. And this one is why I went looking for a wife overseas. So I'm gonna actually watch it all the way through. I have watched about half of it, so there's obviously quite a large bit that I haven't seen yet. So we'll see from the point of view of both of them.
Hey everyone, it's me again. If you're new to the channel, my name is Corey. My wife's name is Raquel. We moved to the Philippines from Chicago. She was born and raised here. We did all the paperwork. She came to the US with me for a couple of years. We had a long-term plan to move over to the Philippines. That being said, I looked personally for a wife overseas, obviously, because I have one. So I understand what it's like and why you would do it. But it is definitely a hot topic right now. It's actually, it's been a hot topic, not like hot sexy, but
I thought you were
no, I'm not trying to be sexy. I'm saying it's a very popular topic right now, and it's been on the rise for the last 3, 4, 5 years. In the last year or two, it's just statistics show that it's just going up, men looking abroad or overseas for a wife. And I get it because I have one. So again, you know, I understand it. I know my reasons, and I see the reasons why everyone is doing it. Okay, yes, I'm trying to be happy and positive about this. So I don't want to offend anyone because it's definitely a very sensitive and taboo kind of topic in the States.
Especially women out there.
Yes, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, but it is what it is. So facts and statistics are what they are. Okay, so that being said, first thing on my list, the reason number one that I was looking overseas for a wife or a bride, finding someone with traditional values or old-fashioned, whatever you want to call it, is very important to me. So my parents have been married for 45 years at this point. They've never been divorced. My mother raised me, and then when I graduated school, then she started working part-time, but my dad preferred to work 60 or 80 hours a week to take care of the family. So having those same values was important to me, and I see that being a very popular reason for men looking abroad or overseas, because it's definitely hard to find. It's actually even hard to discuss in the States.
So number 2, smaller feet and petite.
We're gonna again try to say this very politely, but this is also another topic that's easy to offend people, and that's not the goal. I eat healthy, I work out a lot. It's important to me to find someone that looks athletic and they're healthier and they're smaller. So I'm trying to be polite.
Shorter?
Shorter too, yes. But either way, it's getting harder and harder to find that in the U.S. In Western cultures, it is. Unfortunately, being larger just seems to be on the rise. I'm trying to be very polite about that. Another reason why men are looking overseas, definitely a reason why I looked. Because over here, 5% of the population is actually bigger. Majority, almost everyone is slender and more petite or fit or skinny. I don't want to use that word. But again, that's most of the population in Southeast Asia. So when you're looking for a bride or a wife, that's almost everyone compared to, no, I'm not going to say the opposite in Western culture, but it's a half and half kind of situation. Okay, number 3.
Oh, for me, because your foreigners are taller and or exotic. For me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking. Okay, for a minute.
Well, no, it says her, so it's probably you. Probably. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it, but it does say her. But yes, to finish what she was saying, in the U.S., I'm 5'10", which means what? It means I'm average, right? Let's just be honest here. 5'10", 5'9", whatever it is, that's just average in the States. Well, the average male in the Philippines is 5'2". So instantly, when I come over here, I'm taller. I have a different skin tone. I have an accent. So instantly, I'm tall, handsome, and exotic. I'm laughing saying that because in the States, I'm average at best. But over here, she looks at me and thinks I'm tall and handsome, and that's great. I love that.
It's nice everyone look at you. So it's nice I have husband like this. So yeah, it's just the fact that most Filipino will look at you and there's it's a foreigner. So it's nice that for me as a wife too.
Yeah, it's just the opposite. You leave your country, you go somewhere else where you're instantly taller and you have an accent. And even a different skin tone because, I'm more pale to her, but to me, her tan is sexy to me. So for both of us, it's better. I like her accent, she likes mine. I like her height, she likes mine. And
I like yours.
Yeah, and you laugh at it, which isn't fair, by the way, at all. But no, I don't think that's fair.
Specific about yours.
Well, I don't think that's fair, actually, because in the U.S., she'll say something and her accent is exotic and sexy. But when I say Mayong Hapon, she laughs because of my accent. But
it's cute. It's like very fancy to hear it. Like everything you
fancy?
pronounce, it's very fancy.
Oh, see, I'm fancy over here. That's another plus I didn't know about.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just when you start looking for a bride or a wife overseas, which a lot of people are doing, I did it. You're taller and handsome and you have an accent. It works well for you. Where in the States, I would be a 4 or 5. Let's just be honest. Over here, girls look at me and think I'm a 9 or a 10, which is crazy to me, but I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, Minnie try to flirt with him. Or remember the girl in that story always asked are you married? Are you happy?
Oh yeah, no. I'm not, back in the States, I walk through the mall and our girls aren't looking, smiling and waving, but here they're always smiling and waving, which is funny. I mean, girls, where I'll go shopping will know I'm married and I'll go back and then they're like, are you still married? It's just kind of funny. But over here, yeah, it's in our best interest to look overseas because we're taller and more handsome and
rare,
more exotic.
Very rare to say. It's not common, so it's look like a celebrity instant.
Yeah, very interesting, but it is true. Okay, so another really important reason to me is in this culture, they're not materialistic, and that was really important to me because unfortunately in the US, you start dating a pretty girl and she's going to list off 20 different designer brand names that she cares about that are quote unquote important to her, and they're not important. So I feel like a lot of pretty girls have their priorities wrong, where over here, I talked to her and I kind of laughed the first time I asked her favorite brand name. She said
Nike, I don't know, Adidas, Nike.
And Levi's, because they were reliable and they lasted a long time.
That's all I know.
Yeah, it wasn't even because she had ever had a pair of Levi's. It was because she heard that they last a long time. She didn't give me this laundry list of expensive things. It was simple.
I'm not comfortable asking. I don't grow up like that. So I just wait if you go give me something, then I will appreciate it. But I'm not doing I want this. I am adjusting to that. That in US, I work and we just don't really grow up like that to us. But I grew up to give, so
yeah.
That's it.
So again, being materialistic is a really big plus, and it's harder and harder to find in the Western culture. I hate to say it, it's sad because we shouldn't be materialistic at all. It doesn't make you a better person to be wearing expensive things or own expensive things. It doesn't. It doesn't make you happier either. Yes, generosity and giving. So I'm not going to say people in the US or Western cultures are not generous or don't give. A lot of people do. So I don't want to come off like I'm sounding negative. I mean, a lot of people give to charity, a lot of people help, things like that. Over here, I find it so much more prevalent and it's a lot more powerful. And when I say that, her birthday just came up recently. She looked at me and smiled and said, honey, however much you'd be willing to spend on my birthday. And she's not materialistic. So when she said that, I was very confused. And she said, whatever you'd be willing to spend, just buy food with it. And I didn't know where she was going with this. I was very confused because we have a fridge, freezer, and a chest freezer. We have food for the next 6 months. So I'm looking at her, wondering what she means. And she explains that for her birthday, she just wanted me to buy as much food as, I'd be willing to buy so she could give it away to people that didn't have food. And finding a beautiful girl in the US with those kind of priorities is more than rare. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. She's petite, she's pretty, she has her priorities right. I just don't see these things adding up into one person, and then you travel abroad or overseas and it's common because they're very generous and giving because they've grown up with very little. So when they want to help others.
Yeah, especially last Christmas, so give to the kids.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't even think about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, the ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I give also to my parents' workers. You know that we're having games and
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about Christmas. That's another example. But I mentioned her birthday, but on Christmas, she just wanted to buy little kids' toys to give them to the kids and ice cream because they didn't have any. I mean, they didn't own any toys, so that's what she wanted for Christmas was little kid toys to give them away. It shows what kind of person she is and what kind of person it's easier to find abroad. I'm not saying you can't find it in the States, but it's just very rare. Over here, it's a lot more common, and I love it. I'm saying humble, and I'll keep this brief, but unfortunately in the US, I would ask a lot of girls to rate themselves on 1 to 10, and pretty much everyone would say they were in between a 7 and a 10. Everyone thought they were just awesome, and they were almost perfect looking. And I would usually think they're like a 3 to a 6, but I wouldn't say that to them. And then I meet what I consider to be a beautiful woman, and then she just thinks she's average. Okay, well, to me, it's very rare, but right, that's what I mean. She's just very humble. She's not walking around with an attitude thinking, oh, I wear size 0 pants, I should be cocky at the gym. That's just not... That doesn't happen. In the gym, you can see the pretty girls, they always have an attitude because they know that they're smaller. Yeah, they were very...
It's very common here too, being small, so...
Right, that's what I mean. So it's so common that it's not, it doesn't give them an attitude. They're very humble.
That's good, they only eat small.
Yeah, you eat small,
Rice.
so you save me money? Sure, that's good.
Yeah,
cheap,
actually,
I don't care if-
that's good because you eat small portion of meat and then big rice, but I don't grow.
Yeah, okay. So it's good that I married someone small because it helps me with my food budget, which is like $80 a month. So anyways,
Commitment.
well, that's abbreviation. But commitment over here is taken a lot more seriously.
Oh.
And I just want to say again, I'm not going to insinuate or say that everyone in Western culture or everyone in the US or Canada doesn't take commitment seriously or marriage seriously. You have to understand over here, divorce is illegal. So when you look at the actual statistics for people that have gone and gotten an annulment, it's less than 4%. And the reason why is because their culture, they're raised to know that divorce is illegal. Only marry the right person because you can only do it once and you can't divorce them. So they're brought up that way and they cherish it and they know how serious it is, where unfortunately in the US, I mean, the statistics are what, 50% or maybe a little over at this point. But it's nice to look for a bride or wife in another country where they take it very seriously.
Yeah, they respect, maybe son of respect that you're gathered in one blessing.
Yeah, I mean, to your family, it's marriage is a very religious thing, and her family is very religious, so they don't take marriage lightly. So I respect that.
Yeah, they have always go to church, but us.
But we should go to church more, actually. But don't actually blame me. Someone likes to sleep in, so I wake and she's like, "Yeah, we'll go to church," and I'm like, "Okay, well, we're 10 minutes late, and you're still in bed, so." I don't think we're gonna make it. But anyways, that's another topic for another day.
Oh, that's my turn.
That's up to you. You don't have to. I can read it.
9. Oh, I have to say that. Grateful and appreciative.
Because we take a lot of little things for granted, and then you go to a country where having water, having shelter, having food, having your family around you is the most valuable, important thing, and we forget that. So we're constantly complaining about things we shouldn't, and they're very appreciative for the things that they have. So they're not complaining about the things that they don't have. So, I mean, I've done a video on how my wife changed me. I'm not gonna get into all that right now. You can watch it if you want, but it's changed me. It made me a better person marrying her. So it's a positive thing. Knowing how appreciative she is and grateful she is, it's just amazing. Where in the US, I'm not gonna be negative, I'm trying not to, but you buy someone a nice gift, and then it's not nice enough, or they want more. And over here, if I bought her some eggs and a thing of rice or something, she would smile and be thankful for it because she knows that's important to have food. They're not complaining about the little things. That's pretty much it. I tried not to make this video too dull. and I was trying to make it positive, but yet touch some tricky topics that people rather not talk about. And I know this from being in the US and dating someone overseas and being engaged and marrying someone. A lot of people are uncomfortable or have a hard time talking about it because a lot of the population just starts kind of attacking people. And when I say that, I would see people firsthand, well, why aren't you just finding someone locally? And they would actually get upset. But the fact is, when you go through these things, it's very hard to find. I mean, you take 2 or 3 or 4 of the things that were important to me, it's almost impossible to find them combined, let alone all the things. I mean, I could not find a slender, attractive girl with an accent that cared about traditional values and was giving and wasn't materialistic. I just hate to say it, but that was harder than finding a unicorn. It just didn't exist. So I understand why a lot of men are just looking overseas, and it's easy to find. Anyways, I hope we kept this video happy.
We try. I can add like ad-lib or something because it's my heart's
Yeah, we're trying to say a lot of these things politely without offending anyone, because I'm not judging anyone that doesn't fit one of these categories. It's just when you're looking for what you want, you're not judging everyone that doesn't fit that group, but you want what you want. That's what you're attracted to. Anyways.
As long as we respect them, that's the most important.
Everyone that's left a comment, I really appreciate it. If you've hit the like button, I appreciate it. Or subscribed, that's great. Thank you very much. So we appreciate watching, and we will see you again soon. Or you'll see us again soon. That makes more sense.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so now I've actually watched the video all the way through. I'd say somewhere in the region of about 95% of what he said hits home for me too, because it's literally the reasons why I've done. I'm not married yet, but I am engaged. We've been together for a year and a half already, and literally just briefly to go over like how caring she is, how loving she is, how devout she is, just how important family is to her. She always is worrying about my budget and what money I've got. She never asks for anything. And on the rare occasion that she does ask for something, it's been food or it's been to help someone in her family. I think she didn't ask once or twice, so I think that was even something for food as well, I think. And she doesn't care about having all this designer, stupidly expensive clothing and bags and all this sort of stuff. Even though that when I am with her for her birthday, she is getting something nice for her birthday, which she's kind of hoping for, should we say. And just how her traditional values is, how important religion is, and obviously just her main goal is just to be happy, living a loving, simple life, which is literally what I want as well. Having our own plot of land, having our own home, eventually moving to the Philippines, and then just living together, close to family. So if some of her family want to have a break, they can come and stay with us in our house, and everyone's welcome. Everyone gets on with each other, and just how close knit everything is within the barangay that they live in. It's not even just that Pacific barangay. Every place is like it in the Philippines. The only place I've come across some difficult Filipinos, shall we say, have been the ones in Manila Airport. That's literally just inside the airport. As soon as I went outside, all really helpful, really polite, really nice. So yeah, can't wait to be going back. April can't come soon enough. As soon as payday arrives, I can book my tickets and everything else, and then the whole preparing side of things can start again, so I can start making the videos in the weeks leading up, and my feelings and how everything's going and her feelings and how exciting it is that I'll actually be there for her birthday this year, and to hopefully what the rest of the year is going to hold, which should be very exciting. And just want to thank everyone for watching, and we've now got up to 83 subscribers. We're just 17 short of our first milestone of 100. So let's hope we can keep pushing it over the line to 100. And if you like what you see and like to see more, please don't be scared to check out any of our other videos. We'll have the most recent upload on the left and one of the most recent playlists on the right. Please don't hesitate to drop a comment down below, because I will reply to everything. And if there's anything you would like me to check out, or if there's any other Filipino YouTubers that you would like me to check out, I'll be more than happy to go and check them out too. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button on the way out, and don't forget to tap the bell notification so you don't miss a video. And we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.